Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another TV show reaction and commentary. Today, we're going to be hopping into episode 2 of Chernobyl. Like always, guys, this is a rough watch, so if you are not capable of watching it, there is no harm feelings at all. This isn't something that you have to sit through, especially if you've seen it already. So, this is more so just highlighting and showing greater appreciation and hopefully giving forth greater value to not only to you but to me personally, and hopefully to time beyond this. So I hope that in that regard it's what inspired me to go into Chernobyl, because I know it is a very, very dark subject to kind of put yourself around willingly as well. But as a human, as a filmmaker, as an artist, I journey into those things. So I'm excited to jump into episode 2. Episode 1 was, to me, I think one of the greatest, if not probably one of my top favorites beginning intros to a TV show so far. It did everything in terms of highlighting the gravity of the situation, and throughout the hour-long episode really just sink in the gravity. It doesn't just say, oh, well, this is what's happening, right? It's like you get hit with a bunch of information that you don't really know of. You can't wrap your head around. You just know this is bad because we have the blissful perspective of being in everyone's shoes, but throughout the episode you're just unsure and you're not aware of it, and especially being going into it with prior knowledge of Chernobyl. But what this show does, especially the first episode, is really emphasized through cinematography, through audio, through performances that were off the charts, how serious and how dire and how complex this situation is. And the episodes going forward, I think, are gonna really upscale that. But these episodes are definitely going to be the ones where I don't remember as much, because the first episode being, it just left such a statement on me when I watched it for the first time. So these other episodes, I'm not quite sure of what's to come as much as the first one, but I'm still just as open and excited to jump into it and go forth and hopefully spread some value to y'all. So like always, guys, if you want to be able to support the channel, definitely check out the Patreon. We got early access, so instead of one episode you can do 2. If you don't want to do the Patreon, it's totally cool. You can still support it by leaving a like, comment, and subscribe. And at the very least, I just want you guys to just sit back and just get your whatever you want, feel comfortable. I know you don't really need to get your snacks for this one, y'all, so but hey, just be good as we hop into episode 2 of Chernobyl.
По-русски рубаху рванув на груди. Нас пули с тобою
7
пока
hours
еще.
after the explosion. Again, time plays such an importance to this, not only due to scientific reasons and being able to document reasons, but for reasons that go deeper into the metaphorical side of filmmaking.
The Americans?
That's hard. Respect to smart people, by the way. Like, for real. Like, thank y'all. What I mean by smart people, I should probably clarify. I mean, like, people who are in the field of studying science.
What are you doing? What is that?
Milk. It's milk. Much better than water.
No, stop!
What are you doing?
These are radiation burns.
Goodness. Like, they just aren't prepared for this. Even the people who are in charge are not prepared for this.
Taking it down to the basement.
This is such a shame, man. And these are people who already put their life on the line. That's just, it hurts my heart, man. Do you know the damage that is happening with just a pile of clothes? That is crazy, man. Like, science gets real scary when it comes to that. It really does, and it's just damn. It's all I gotta say, man. Like, this could be like a sci-fi horror. This is just really. Yep. The gravity of that. That's when you can just see the expression. Especially when you see smart people do that expression, you're just like, man, oh no, this is bad. Again, multiple tricks that the show uses. Like right there, just to emphasize just how much he feels after reading that, the weight on his shoulders, the uneasiness.
Comrade Sherbina.
Comrade General Secretary, I can assure you that Professor Legaspi is mistaken. Brihana reports that the reactor...
Telling someone who is in the field that they're mistaken is quite blasphemy. That is kind of crazy.
I think the true number is much, much higher. If I'm right, this fireman was holding the equivalent of 4 million chest x-rays in his hand.
Oh my goodness. When things are put like that, it's alarming.
Atom of U-235 is like a bullet, traveling at nearly the speed of light, penetrating everything in its path. Woods, metal.
Man, those things are unstoppable. If they hit you, it's a dunzo. It's going right through you.
Holds over 3 million grams, and right now it is on fire. Winds will carry radioactive particles across the entire continent.
Oh, God, when he breaks it down like this, it's just an apocalypse. It sounds like the end of the world.
You know how a nuclear reactor works?
No.
No. Well, then how will you know what you're looking at?
You would think common sense like that would just be, ground rules. It's not, sadly, as we see.
Where a typical power plant makes steam by burning coal, a nuclear plant.
But I will say I am grateful for these moments because I don't know how a nuclear power plant works.
We use something called fission.
I'm sure you don't either. So as much as I dislike this dude, I'm happy he's asking these questions.
No, I don't need you.
Unbelievable. I still need him, though. I would like to learn more. As much as possible, actually.
Take her away from here, Ted, please.
Get away from them.
Oh my God.
You want to get sick?
Ah, man. Oh, that is, wow. Oh my goodness, man.
When are they taking him?
Now.
Just imagine in less than 24 hours, the love of your life is just being flown out somewhere for a reason you don't know about. Like, your entire life is just instantaneously changed, and you have no control over it. I don't know, man. A lot of people, y'all... I really hope y'all understand just how unfortunately sad that is.
The reactor will be dead within a week! Dead!
Sir?
Get us over that building, or I'll have you shot.
Crazy. Why? It's like you have to listen. Just listen. Guys, listen. I know these are all actors, all right? But my goodness, that man, that is a large man. Oh my goodness.
And now I'm in charge. To the workers of the world.
lady, I feel your frustration. I really do. She said, okay, well, you're not going to work. I'm just going to keep doing this then.
One a day for as long as they last. And go east. Get as far from Minsk as you can.
If you guys heard that, would you guys do that? After hearing that, honestly, would you guys do that? I can truthfully say yeah.
Inquiry into the cause of the accident, and I have a list of individuals who we believe are accountable.
Unbelievable. All they care about is who's going to take the fall for this. Meanwhile, the world is ending. Like, the entire half of the world has the potential of ending.
Why did I see graphite on the roof? Graphite is only found in the core, where it's used as a neutron flux moderator.
And this is one of the flips on this guy's character. Because he's like, wait, what's happening here?
Then I'll do it myself.
Wow. Yeah, man. Then you had, I can't say for some of these characters because I don't know enough, and I'm not sure if these could be real people or non-real people or just like examples of what it would look like for whoever would be in that position of power. But again, it's just like accountability, you know, just accountability, just taking responsibility for your actions, and that's a common sense thing, but it just gets so shifted and twisted when positions of power comes into play. It's just unbelievably frustrating, especially while people are dying. And again, that audio of just the static infiltrating my ears right now. Another tool just to immerse me in this.
It's not through Röntgen. It's 15,000.
Jeez. 15,000. Oh my goodness.
Released by the bomb in Hiroshima. And that's every single hour. Hour after hour. 20 hours since the explosion, so 40 bombs worth by now. 48
When
more
he
tomorrow.
breaks it down like this, it's existentially horrifying to me.
Khanov and Famin to the local party headquarters. Thank you for your service.
All right.
Your excuse.
Dyatlov was in charge.
Look, and that's why I said it reminds me of Death of Stalin, because they always try to put the blame on someone else. It's ridiculous, man.
Obviously, we're going to need to evacuate an enormous area.
Never mind that. Focus on the fire.
I am focusing on the fire.
Damn. Just, it hits. It's like, no, bring it back. You know, the entirety of Chernobyl, it feels like it's like an infection. Like, it just, instead of treating it properly, the people that could have been accountable of treating it are instead delaying it and delaying it and delaying it, and instead of making the right protocols for it. And this infection just continues to spread until it just harms people who had no business even being around it. They didn't know about it. And it's just so traumatic, man. And just even how it's affecting the people in the field, the people who know about it are trying to do their best, and just the way that this whole movement is just affecting their psyche, as I think also brilliantly shown in this show. It's like, how do you go back to being normal after this? It's impossible. It's literally impossible. You know what's going to happen. It's like when education or knowledge is very damning in that regard. Because you're like, damn, like, you know of the destruction that is about to happen. And the inability of being able to do anything about it is just such a godforsaken place to be in. It's reflective. Just my experience watching the show, and probably yours.
Perimeter. Did not copy this. Signal's breaking up. What?
That is crazy, man. The fact that just it's able to just dismantle so quickly, and you look at it and you're like, it's just smoke. There's so much happening that we cannot see right now.
Simka, who's 14, and little Boris, who's 5.
Well, that's wonderful. Though children can make you even hotter when they're crawling all over
That's so cool. I didn't catch this the first time, I guess. I'm just noticing that they're using a code in their own way. That's really dope. Talk about realization, reality check. That is crazy. But it was necessary for him, of all people, to hear that. Because he can actually make change. He can make power. Things that I wonder that he thought about in that moment is definitely like, grandkids, his children, if he has any. Because even a man like that, in that regard, in that stature, has something like that.
Что в связи с аварией на Чернобыльской атомной электростанции в городе Припяти складывается...
I can't imagine the horror in some of these people's minds seeing this. And knowing what this place is now, and how it's like a graveyard at this point, is just... It's just really haunting. It's really haunting. And time, again, I mention it again, how effective it is, because these aren't just things that are just going to get band-aid and move over. Like, this is going to last long after us. Nobody's going to be able to take a step in some places in Chernobyl for a long time.
Turn around right now, or I'll arrest you.
If you arrest me, you should take me to the highest possible authority.
She's like, if you're going to do it, you should take me to the person that is at the highest authority. I love her energy, man. Golly.
And boron on it, which you probably thought was smart, but you've made a mistake. Olana Yerevnia-Khomyuk, chief physicist, Belarusian Institute for Nuclear Energy.
Bro, she's about the mission, man. She's seriously about the mission. Could you imagine if we had, like, at least 1,000 or so of her in this position? That would... Oh, man.
Between 2 and 4 megatons. Everything within a 30-kilometer radius will be completely destroyed.
Everybody's starting to be like, wait, what? Just because she said the word explosion. This thing has been exploding for like 2 days now.
Yeah, and will impact all of Soviet Ukraine, Latvia, Lithuania, Belarusia, as well as Poland.
Oh, man, dude, this is just... The fact that it could have gotten that bad, so much worse, is insane. Didn't even say it, but that was... It's all that I guess needed to be said. Not even enough time to get all that they, their lives together. They didn't even have enough time to get all they needed.
A stipend of 400 rubles.
It's crazy that they're saying this to the workers that work at this reactor. Like, they know how this thing works. You want to talk about the heroes, man? You want to talk about the heroes? Oh my goodness, dude. It's not about the accolades you have. It's about how much you're able to sacrifice for for the greater good. I think that sound, what is it called? A Geiger counter? Is that what it's called? I'm sorry if I pronounced it or said something entirely different, but the sound that thing produces is like the worst sound imaginable. Oh man, that is claustrophobic right there. That sound kicking off even louder, just pipes all over you, so you're like in a jungle of metal and radiation, and every second it's just that is just not it. That's not it. Oh man, dude, I'm getting anxious right now. You guys can't see it, but I'm doing a whole lot of this right now. All right, everybody, we just got done episode 2. Please remain calm. That it's hard to remain calm. It really is. This episode of Chernobyl, again, it's like the team who worked behind this, you know, they've done such a brilliant job at just juggling so many aspects, because this is such a difficult thing to observe. Usually, even documentaries, right? They tackle the perspective of a bystander, let's say, for instance, and you can make a whole documentary off of that. Or, you know, you can focus primarily on the government and the political aspects of this event. And you can also just focus on the science aspect of it, and you can make a whole show out of that. But I think the beautiful thing that makes this show just unique in its approach and allows its effectiveness be so groundbreaking is because they're able to literally juggle all that I just said so seamlessly while also conveying an incredible emotion through filmmaking. And that is just that's immense. I mean, you have to really know what you're working with in order to kind of understand the layout and kind of put it in the cauldron and, you know, have everything flow together so seamlessly that you're able to create a narrative out of it, and bring forth an audience that is unaware of this event to this degree, to such a level of awareness. And that is extremely difficult. Man, this is such a brilliant show, and I'm excited to just continue on with this one. But man, I can't wait to hear your thoughts on it. Let me know down below in the comment section. But like always, guys, stay healthy and stay hydrated, because we are just getting started.
Purple jacket, pocket full of weed. Everything that I should ever need. Grab some matches cause they give them free. Just like my time. Hair pulled back in the backseat.